Greetings, I'm CodeHeart322 and this is my code review of Marvel Heroes 2015, a game by Gazillion Entertainment based on the Marvel Universe. What style of game is this? It's a MMO, a hackfest basically. It's a game where you can play a number of different superheroes, go around beating up most of the villains and go through hordes of minions in the process. How does this game play? When you start off, you pick a character, one of the heroes available to start with. You'll then be introduced to a storyline. There is a sort of single player storyline set of missions to run through, where you get introduced to the main sort of hero groups and villain groups, and at some point you'll most probably deviate off from this story path to explore the rest of the other game options and styles it has. You basically level up your hero. It has skills you can get. Level 60 is the highest level in the game with a hero, and you can then buy additional heroes either with in-game currency or with real money and start the same process with them, or you can even reset your character and gain prestige levels for doing so, or honour levels. I'll just go through some of the things here. You've got the character screen, you've got your stats and infantry. You can even have a team up hero, someone who can join you either temporarily in a fight or sort of permanently to help you fight, or to give you benefits just for being there in support. And they can gain their own powers and have their own equipment attached to them. And you have a variety of equipment yourself, either hero specific equipment or sort of more generic items you can pick up, including a costume, which I'll show you some examples of in a bit. The powers, each hero has three sort of styles of powers or power groups. It's not quite a skill tree in that there's very few skills which require previous skill to earn. They're just level dependent, so you need to be a high level to get some of the different skills available. You have a roster of different heroes you can select from, depending on which ones you've actually acquired, and also different heroes you can team up with. You have missions, so story missions, and also things like the shared quests, which are basically your daily quests you can do. And things like the Hollow Sim Shared is survive waves. You go into an area, a zone, a wave will start, which may be defeat, survive for a period of time, defeat X number of enemies, rescue civilians whilst trying to defeat a boss, things like that. Go through specific zones and try and defeat the bosses there, or go into Midtown, which is just an open area. You can run around, you can meet all the different villains and all the different sort of enemy groups, and just sort of go around trying to collect loot and have fun. One of the main reasons for sort of collecting different heroes is the sort of synergy system, whereby if a hero has reached level 25, other heroes can call on their power for small bonuses to different aspects. And then there's an Omega system. When a hero reaches level 30, they can basically get extra bonuses specific for their style of character, and your total Omega points are shared across all your heroes. So that's sort of how the game plays. There's a bank system, there's a crafting system, there's vendors. You can actually level up vendors and crafters so that they give you more options and more things become available to you. And you have these hubs where you can just go around sort of and relax for a bit before you go off and do things. This one is the Avengers Tower. You can also travel to the X Mansion and a few other places. The last sort of thing to look at though is the this is a free-to-play game, so what can you get with money, and what can you get via just playing the game? Well, one of the main things you must really want to be buying or gaining is more heroes, more options. And quickly looking at the G cost, G is the currency, I'm not sure what it stands for, it could be galaxy coins. You're looking at 1,000 coins for £6.50, or with this normal sort of economy of scale, it's if you get more. £14 you've got 2,100. So that's £6.50 for 1,000. So for a bit under that, you can buy most of the heroes. Some are more, and some are less. However, all of these heroes can be gained in-game by going to the Eternity Splinter vendor. Eternity Splinters is a item drop from every enemy, well, potentially every enemy. If you play it for a couple of hours, you will have picked up a number of Eternity Splinters, and these can be used at the Adam Warlock vendor to buy all the heroes. So they are immediately, you can buy them in game, or if you want them now quickly, you can spend real cash for them. The same is true for the team up heroes. All the heroes you can get via the team ups are available via Eternity Splinters, including random heroes. You can get a random hero unlock item for quite cheap, whereas most of the heroes are 200, 400 or 600 splinters. What's the point of getting characters beyond the first? Well, buying a character again, you can each character has a ultimate ability, and you can level up the ultimate ability by repurchasing their character. So even if you buy a random hero, and that random hero gives you one you've already got, you can still use that item to level them up. So that's the heroes. You've got costumes. Costumes aren't available. Well, there's certain costumes which are available in game, but for the most part, all the costumes you can get in the store are unique to the store and will cost you actual money. What do costumes do? Make you look different. There's a variety of different costumes for characters based on their different styles and stuff, like the X-Men uniform, the Asgard costume for Storm, and these can have quite a variable costs. So like this one is just over £6.50 for Black Panther, and if you want to play a female Black Panther, you can do. However, that's quite more expensive. I think that's Black Panther's most expensive costume, and this one's his cheapest. Costumes are one of the items you can get, and you can apply things to a costume. Like I have added 4 levels of attack via the crafting system to this particular costume. If I had another costume for Black Widow, I could put defensive bonuses onto that one, and if I wanted to sort of change costume to add the style of play I've got, I can do that. Otherwise, it's purely cosmetic. If I was to put on a different costume, I will look different but function normally. So costume's a nice cosmetic thing to have if you so wish. There's items like pets. Yeah, what game doesn't have pets these days? Which you can only, well, these ones you can buy with money. There are pets which are available in game. You can also buy things like vendor and crafting stations, which you can summon up when you're outside a hub. I've generally found these, I haven't seen much of a use for these because a hub's always been relatively close by, but I can see people who play the raiding game. There is raids, there is like grouping you can do in place if you need a group of heroes. So maybe when you're off on one of them and the party wants to carry on quickly but you want to sort of summon up your stash to store things, you can do. one thing with this game, there's no premium account, which a lot of free-to-play games offer a premium account to give you a permanent bonus to XP whilst that counts premium, sort of a subscription-based thing. This just has potions you can buy to give you a couple of hours boost to experience and item finding, like this one. Considering the price for these potions, I'd be surprised if many people would actually be comfortable buying them, sort of as to have as constant effect as you would normally expect from a premium account. But you can also get these items in game randomly, or sort of daily login rewards. So you can still get boosts every now and again, and there's a few other items for crafting and unbinding items, because this has the usual equipping certain items will bind it to a character. If you want to then put it onto a different character, you've got to unbind it. And you get a few of these for free in game as well. And you can buy team up characters. Again, you can get these in game for free if you so wish, if you're willing to wait. These are random card things. You use one of them and get a random reward. Why they're in the shop, I'm not sure. These aren't really worth spending money on, in my opinion. And you can earn these in-game for one of the currency items you can pick up. The chance of actually getting some of the epic items is quite low. And then specials, because at the moment hero and costume bog off. Buy one get one free. They call it the weekend sale. I'm doing this on a Monday and it's still going. I'm guessing it's an extended weekend. Basically at the moment, if you buy a hero, they'll give you an item for a random hero for free, which is what I've actually ended up doing, spending a bit of money to get heroes which are worth 450g, and I've ended up getting people like Deadpool and Jean Grey, which are worth normally sort of 900. So, but yeah, there's special things, special offers they have every now and again, and bundles where it just is a cheaper way of getting like a hero and his costume. They have quite a few of these, including a lot of the female variants. They seem to like having female variants of some of the male characters. I'm guessing because they don't have many female superheroes of themselves. You know, they do seem to have Squirrel Girl. I need to look up about her because... What? This girl who looks like a squirrel and has a squirrel tail. Apparently it's a hero. If that's your thing. So overall, most of the stuff you can get in game, well, most of the things you can buy with money you can get in game for free. I think the costume's the only thing there. So, and that's cosmetic. One of the things you can't get for free in game is extra stash space. Your inventory and your stash is shared between all your characters. You start off with one stash box, and I'd say one of the things if you play this game a lot, one of the things you're going to need is extra cat stash, and this costs 500g. It is not cheap in my opinion. You can get specialised stash for slightly less, and I do say slightly. It's still quite expensive in my view. These are for crafting materials. You get slots for character specific gear. And I say you must probably want to end up getting extra stash if you play it a lot, because of the pure variety of things you can get. All of these are medals from the villains I have defeated. You can equip one medallion per hero, and they give your character a boost. And because I'm partly collector, you don't have to collect all of these, but I've done so because I like being able to show off, yes, I've defeated the Wizard, and Venom, and Rhino, and Tombstone, and all these other people. And I will possibly fill up this box with medallions as I go through the game and defeat more major enemies. You also have costume cores and other generic equipment which you may want to use. And the other big thing you want to sort of store are these sort of filaments, well, elemental things, which is part of the crafting system. They're tiered, and you can convert lower tiers into higher, or vice versa. So deconstructing one of these into 3 of these, or 3 of these into 1 of these. But if you play a number of different characters, and so they're different progressions, and so they need or collect and need different tiers of these elements, you're going to go through quite a few, and trying to store them all will be a pain. And I haven't even got through to the end of the game, and already I can see there being 8 tiers with an additional 8. Where am I going to store the additional 8 tiers? So yeah, one of the downsides I'd say is that they've made stash quite useful and important, and relatively expensive for what I think you're getting for it. Because yeah, the number of different bits of equipment. I mean, the fact that even currencies, things like the cube shards, cosmic world stones, eternity splinters, are effectively currencies, but they're an item as well, so you've got to store them somewhere. And yeah, eternity splinters being the main sort of hero gaining currency. Cosmic world stones and armor research are more sort of specific, I think event based. Cube shards I've gained from defeating bosses through their own sort of mini terminals, and can be used by the cards I mentioned. And yeah, if I run up here, or roll up here,
I bid you
cube shard
welcome.
vendor. So you can get things like ghost boxes, which are like smaller versions of the cards, which give you a chance of something nice for your character. There's also, I believe, yes, Bovenheim. If anyone gets that reference, I've got to travel to Bovenheim at some point, because, but really now? And yeah, that, unfortunately, that's like high level group stuff. You can get a portal to travel to Bovenheim. Oh, I can't remember the name of the final zone, sort of Uber raiding zone, but there is an Uber raiding zone you can travel to as well when you're like level 55 or 60. And then yeah, there's various different currencies which you can even get team ups from, different costumes from these things. I'm not sure how to get some of these currencies. And the runes are, that's another thing which you need a lot of inventory space for. Runes can be used in crafting to enchant certain gear. I don't have anything currently enchanted on this character. The main thing is there's an Eru forged item you can have on a character which gives a bonus and then can be enchanted with a bigger bonus. And yeah, considering the variety of runes you can get, you need a lot of bank space for them. And then there's relics. There's a large variety of relics which are an interesting style of item. Basically, the more of a particular relic you have, the stronger the benefit it gives, and you can equip a relic to your hero. So my Black Widow currently has 16 health when she hits an enemy, and plus 5 health for having 5 of this particular relic. And again, it's a lot of bank space used up for one of the many different items you can find. So overall, it's a fun game if you feel like being an overly powerful hero
Even the
running
Siberian
around
winter
beating up
could not
people for a
crack your
bit.
steel skin, comrade.
There's lots to do, there's dailies you can do, there's lots of things to collect. The fact that all heroes can be gained for free, if you don't want to pay money for this game, you don't have to, and you can still get everything, barring costumes. The only downside it has, the only con I'd give this game is, give us more stash for free, or make it cheap. Don't make me feel like I'm spending a lot of money on something which is almost vital and required if you're going to play this game a lot. But yeah, I will do a gameplay footage in a bit, so you can see what some of these gameplay modes are like. But hopefully you've enjoyed this basic review of Marvel Heroes 2015. Goodbye.